Hey, my little chickadees, let's do the reading for the first week of December. We're going to have your numerology, we're going to have your tarot, and we're going to have your astrology. Please don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe. Comments and utterances of discontent will be met with love and humor, as always. And I'm trying to think what else. Don't forget to subscribe. I have just new stuff coming up all this week. Actually, I have my little list here. I'm a little list here. Let's see. What is the other stuff I'm going to be posting? There's going to be some new products. There's going to be winter nails. If you're on the nail bandwagon, which it seems like everybody's getting on it. I've been on it for 40 years. So I've been doing it a long time. I have every fake nail you can imagine. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be teaching a tarot lesson, and we're going to have another astrology tarot deep dive this week. So it's a big deal. And somebody just this morning reminded me, don't forget to subscribe, because in a few weeks, I'm going to be having the year-long 2026 for each astrology sign. So that gives you your highlights of what's going to happen over the next 12 months in 2026. Let's get started right now. Just so you know, the lovely person that has been doing the timestamps, whoever does it first gets a free yes, no text question. You gotta like cash those in, because I'm going to forget how many you have. We're going to start with Aries. I'm going to start doing your tarot first. Then we're going to move to astrology and numerology. Let's see what's going on with Aries for the first full week of December, December 1st through the 7th. Work issues, Aries. Seems like work issues that are not really ending. Work issues that keep coming up. If you keep applying for a job, if you keep having issues with the same person over and over again at work, like never-ending work issues. That's going to be the first half of your week, just so you know. It's Aries. It's not a move forward week for you. I'm just going to tell you, which is going to be driving you freaking crazy. But it's like work issue, a lot of work, which you don't mind. But it's going to be like a lot of like just doing the same, just like the same stuff. Groundhog Day. End of the week, much better. End of the week is full of romance and money. So please know that if you can get through the first 3 days, the next 3, 4, whatever, get through the first 4, whatever it is. But you get through the first half of the week, the second half is going to be much better. You actually kind of come into your own and you realize why things have been difficult. Things do get better. And it does look like there is some kind of bump in pay or bump up. Yeah, second house. This is all about your money. This is money and this is values. You have the Gemini here, and you also have the Pluto, which Pluto is stuff that is hidden. Pluto is stuff that has not come out yet. Pluto is things are still evolving. Things are going to happen, and when they do happen, they're going to happen rapidly, but they're not happening yet. And that Gemini is that same kind of like, there's a duality. There's two sides to it. There is something that's happening in the background that you can't see in the foreground. There's something happening in the foreground that isn't affecting the background. There's a lot of balance this week. I would say, I don't want to say don't participate in your life this week, because that's bullshit. But definitely don't freak out too much. Kind of just go to work, do what you got to do, keep it moving. End of the week is going to be much better. But there's things at play. If you know anything about manifesting, it's like there's stuff happening in the 5D that we cannot see in the 3D yet. So it will come, it will happen, but it's like, it's kind of percolating. It's working, it's brewing. Let's see what your numerology is for the week, Aries. Let's check this out. Yeah, first chakra. So that's definitely like root chakra. So that's things that you definitely feel. This can be sexuality. This can be like a resurgence, a rebirth of a love situation. Or this can be just going out and being a hoe. You know, either one's fine. I don't care. But this is definitely like you're feeling something from deep inside of you. This is a definite, true feeling. So if you feel like, hey, I'm going to get this job, or you feel like, hey, this relationship's going to get back on track, I would stick with that. It's really feeling more like a manifesting week than an action week, which is hard to hear as an Aries. Let's go right into Taurus, which is our first earth sign of the Zodiac. These are just in order, so if you know where you are in the year, it goes Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, just so you know. But there is this lovely person that keeps doing the timestamps, so I don't know what I'm going to do without her. Or if anybody else wants to jump in, they're welcome to. If you do that, you get a free yes, no question. Just text me. Okay. Taurus. Okay. Beginning of the week, very good. You kind of have the opposite of Aries. Beginning of the week, very good. Beginning of the week, things go off like a cannon right out the bat. Money, love, everything happening, people coming to you. You feel very useful. You feel very, I want to say grounded, but not grounded in a way of like you feel calm. You feel grounded, like, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing this. You feel very like secure, very secure. We get to the middle of the week, I'd say 3, 4, 3rd, 4th. You're going to feel a little bogged down. All of the stuff from the beginning of the week, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, is going to kind of weigh on you a little bit. Now we get to the middle of the week, 3rd, 4th, you're going to be feeling like, oh, it's a lot. You're going to be feeling, the burden is going to become heavy at that point. But end of the week, you finish strong. So we're talking Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You're going to make it happen. You're going to keep carrying the heavy weight. There is something, I kind of almost feel like you have to carry somebody else's burden. You have to help somebody else either at work or in your personal life. But you do get a chance to rest and recharge this weekend. I would not go out this weekend. There's a lot of Venus transits, which I think is going, because you're ruled by Venus. I think Venus is going to bolster you this week, but I think there's going to be so much that you're going to be exhausted. So this weekend, if you get a chance to like sleep and eat some delicious food, I would just do that. I wouldn't make a lot of plans for the weekend of the 6th, 7th. Yeah, exactly. We have Venus in the 1st house. And then you some more. But we do have Cancer, and Cancer being a water sign, you are an earth sign. Water and earth make mud. Okay. So you're going to be feeling, what happens with water? Water needs, okay. So earth is earth. It's solid. It is what it is. Air is just runs around. Fire burns. Water is the one that cannot be contained. Water needs a container. Okay. So we have a grand water trine right now in the sky with Scorpio, and then also having this water sign, and it's going to be like emotional. Water will run down into your valley because you're the earth, right? So think of Taurus is actually like a mountain, but we'll just go with. So at the base of that mountain is a valley. There's going to be a lot of stuff that runs downhill. Over the week, I think you're going to collect a lot of stress. I think you're going to collect a lot of exhaustion, just to be honest with you. Like I said, this is a Venus week. There are Venus transits like every single day this week. So you're going to be heavily affected this weekend. Sleep. Don't make plans. Yeah, 6th chakra, which is like 3rd eye chakra. You're going to have the sense of like knowing and being above it all and kind of better than it this week. It's true. That's very, very, very true. I wouldn't let people maybe know your motives. I wouldn't let people know exactly what you're up to. I would move stealthy. I would help people out. I would be jovial. And then I'm telling you, Saturday, Sunday, I would pull the curtains, close doors, take a nap. That's what I would do. Gemini, let's see what's going on for you for December 1st through the 7th. Da, 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 da. Okay, midweek, not so great. Okay, let's see. Something happens with you this week. Okay, so there is going to be something that you have been working on for quite a while that does come into fruition early in the week. This could be something you've been trying to manifest. This could be a project at work you're trying to work on. This could be a relationship or a relationship issue you're trying to like get going. You're going to get a little bit of traction. And I would say by Tuesday, Wednesday, you're like, yeah, it's going to happen. Thursday, things are not what they seem. You're going to either learn the truth about something, or you're going to maybe not feel the same way. You might change your mind on the project that you had earlier in the week. By the end of the week, you're really taking time to sit and think about, there's something called a sunk cost fallacy. And what that means is after you've invested so much time and effort into something, you want to just keep going. But there comes a point where you have to cut it off. And this is with relationships. This is with jobs. This is with investments. This is with, everything. You can apply it to anything. By the end of the week, you're going to be questioning the thing you're working on in the beginning of the week. Is it worth all your time, money, effort, everything? Yeah, 7th house. This might have to do with love. You have 7th house in Leo with Venus. Again, we're having all those Venus transits this week. So everybody is feeling it. Everybody is like, getting the love. Either there's makeups, there's breakups, there's people coming back together, there's new relationships, there's a lot. And this can be money also. Money is ruled by Venus, but you have it in 7th house, which is the house of long-term partnerships. Leo, which means something is going to come to the light. Leo is ruled by Sun, and your Sun is in reverse. I think you're going to find something out about your partner or about the person maybe you've been trying to get with, and you're not going to be too happy about it, and then you're going to have to course correct. So this weekend's going to be about like replanning. Your plan was fine, but now you have to plan a little bit further. So what do we have here? 7th chakra. Yeah, that's that connecting to the universe. Your brain is going to be what is going to help you, but it's going to be later in the week. Beginning of the week's going to seem fine. You're going to learn some truth. You're going to learn some things. You're going to have to course correct. That's the best thing I can tell you, Gemini. Let's go right into Cancer. Cancer for the 1st through the 7th of December. Let's see. Cancer's doing good so far. Stay home. Yeah. Okay. End of the week, you might be a little aggressive, Cancer, which is not like you, but we had some of those readings for you earlier that said that you were going to be a little bit aggressive. So beginning of the week, something maybe not fair happens. There does seem to be money. So either you're going to get money through something legal, which that can be a check, that can be a tax refund, that can be a court something. Somebody was mandated to pay you, something like that. Could be alimony, could be child support. There's going to be some like extra kind of money that is like owed to you, or it could mean you have to buy something unfair. This is when I talk about the dryer breaks, the refrigerator breaks, the something that you go, shit. I don't like. I had about a month ago when that internet outage happened with Amazon. It fried my TV. And the TV place would not believe me. Like, nobody believed me. Amazon didn't believe me. Roku did not believe me. I just had to bite the bullet and buy a new TV. And it sucked. And it was like, it's not my fault. It was one of those where it's like, it's going to be one of those. So it's either you're going to get money owed to you, or you're going to have to pay for something really dumb that you don't want to have to. But that's okay. Because we get into Thursday, Friday, and you're going to be feeling so much more yourself. That grand water trine is going to be helping you out in so many different ways. Again, kind of like Taurus, I am seeing there is a tendency later in the week to become aggressive. So you may want to cool your jets later in the week on going out. I would... So the tendency is like, it's saying, don't go out, don't travel, right? And a lot of the country has a snowstorm right now. Don't go out, don't travel. But also there is, if you go out, you might have to get aggressive. So that could mean a couple different things. Okay. So I would say make plans to stay put closer to home. So we got 4th house and Sun with Taurus, which is literally, it's like, ground yourself, stay home, be present in your house, fix up stuff you need to, get ready. Winter is here. It is December. So get ready for winter, put up the plastic on your windows, put in the extra insulation, put the hay out in the barn for the animals. I would spend especially your weekend managing your house, clean out closets, do things like that. That would be the best use of your time, Cancer. Let's see what's going on for your numerology. These are all upside down. Goddess of the Moon, yeah. And it's a 7. Goddess of the Moon is literally bringing the past into the present. So, and what does Monday, which is the day of the moon, Moontag, it is all about hearth and home. 4th house is literally your foundations. I'm going to say, make it a homebody week. Definitely make it a homebody week. And maybe that's spending money earlier in the week. You're spending money on something to repair your house. Now you got to enjoy it, right? Let's go right into Leo. Leo for December 1st through the 7th. Let's see here. Money. Love and money. Everything's going your way this week, Leo. Shit. Grab it while you can. Because you've had a couple of rough weeks. So it looks like the week is going to start out pretty good with some love. Or some partnership, something you've been working on for quite a long time. This could be somebody coming back, or this could be like a relationship that was a little bit fizzled out. Now it's going to bounce back. Now, I do see money midweek. This could be Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going to see it as money coming to you because I don't see you freaking out too much about money. And also this weekend, I see you spending a lot of money. So you got to have some coming in for it to go out. You're going to end the week very, very, very happy. There's going to be some good news that comes in. And then on the weekend, it looks like you go out and you might even party. You might party like you haven't partied in a while. You do have 7th house in Virgo with a little bit of Pluto here. So be careful what you're seeing. with your partner. And this can be business partner. This can be love partner. Let's make sure these are right side up. Be careful what you're seeing here, because what that's saying is you need to have a solid foundation, but it's kind of like your head is in the clouds. Okay. Be careful. How do I say this? Make sure what you think you're seeing is what you are actually seeing. Because there is like a Saturn-Neptune going on right now, which is clouding. It's very similar. A Saturn-Neptune is very similar to a Virgo-Pluto. It's like, be sure the structure that you see in somebody else, like their morals, how they're going to do things, how they're going to react. You might have given that to them, and that might not be how they actually are. So you definitely want to work on this week. I would say maybe hold your tongue a little bit. Maybe listen a little more than talk, and see if that actually lines up with who you think they are. Yeah. Second chakra. So this is your gut feelings. Your gut feelings are definitely going to come into play. And you do have a 9th here. The 3 and the 6, so that's about others, and 6 is about learning, but that goes to 9. And 9 is definitely number of completion, but it's also being very, very, very attracted to somebody. So sometimes when we're overly attracted to somebody, we let a lot of stuff slip, and we shouldn't always do that. Let's go right into Virgo. Virgo for the week of December 1st through the 7th. This year is almost over. We're going to get a better one next year. Please don't forget, you can get these readings with me. I love to talk on the phone. I love to talk to people. I will have links everywhere where you can text me directly. If you want a reading, just text me and I will send you a link. But I'll have links down below to my store. I have text readings and phone readings. The phone readings are great because we can actually get right into everything that is going on. I can tell you exact dates and times of when things are going to happen. So that's fantastic. We love that. And we love it's very specific. This is just for general. This is just for your sun and rising sign. But once we get on the phone and I get your birth date, I can tell you date by date when stuff is going to happen. Virgos, I always get nervous when I do this. Virgo, Monday is going to, beginning of the week is going to go off like a bang. It's going to be like boom, 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 boom. Now, middle of the week, it does look like there is going to be maybe a slowdown or maybe like introspective time for us Virgos. Now we get toward the end of the week, there is money stuff. It does look like money is going to be coming and going out, because each of these cards, one is coming in, one is going out. So it's like there's going to be enough money coming in that it can go out. Again, that's totally fine. That's balance. End of the week, it does look like you are dealing with a person. I'm going to tend towards saying a man here, but it does look like you're going to be dealing with somebody who's a bit immature. Somebody maybe you haven't heard from a while. Somebody you're going to go, oh God, like, oh, I really have to deal with them. I would just be very, very, very diplomatic with them. I would not be overly mean. I wouldn't be overly friendly. I would just talk to them like you're talking to a state official. You would be polite, but you wouldn't be familiar. That's kind of how I would deal with this person at the end of the week, because they're showing up kind of bratty. Now, in the astrology 12th house, which is endings of things, but it's also stuff you can't see. And there's a lot of astrology this week of things, all questions getting answered, things becoming apparent. So things we can't see or endings. And this is going to be emotional, but it is structured. So things that we need to get rid of, Virgo, things that are not serving us anymore, and new structures that we have to put in. That is coming into play this week. And I think that is really going to be the theme of 2026. I think the stuff that we do, looking at the astrology, I think the stuff that we do in, I'd say this week, I'd say from mid-November to the end of December is going to start popping off for us in February, even March. I think there's going to be some new things popping up and this is for everybody, new things popping up for us, but especially Virgos. Get the groundwork laid now, and you're going to see all those fruits of the trees you planted in February, March. Contracts. Yeah, there's something comes up with money contracts. And that's what this looks like midweek, okay? Midweek, there's something, and it's 6. So this has to do with hearth, home, learning. This has to do with anything home-based. This could be home-based business. This could be a marriage. This could be you need a new roof and you have to write a contract for it. This is something definitely home-based. Can also be learning. This can be a learning experience. So I don't see a lot of love this week. I don't see a lot of money issues. I see a lot of like tying up loose ends so that February can be fabulous. Let's go right into Libra. Oh, Libra. Also ruled by Venus, just like Taurus. Mixed bag so far. My God. Libra. Every day's an adventure with you, Libra. Beginning of the week, fabulous. Beginning of the week, you're going to go, oh, this is everything I wanted. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Then we get into middle of the week. There's going to be a huge dust up. This could be a fight with a coworker. This could be a fight with your significant other. This could be a really big bill you weren't expecting. There's going to be some kind of explosion. Don't worry, don't freak out. Because whatever it is, by like Wednesday, Thursday, we're looking at things are already healing. Things are already calming down. So don't worry too much. But it does say this is definitely, again, kind of like your Taurus counterpart and then Venus. This is going to be a weekend where you definitely want to lay low. If you have a friend that is out and about and like wants you to come out and party this weekend, this is not a weekend I would do it. Yeah, ninth house, there's something coming up with contracts. There's something coming up with long distance. You have Uranus here, which can be very, very, very explosive. Uranus just means expect the unexpected. Could be good, could be bad. It's just like one of those wild cards. Uranus is such a unique planet. If you don't know about it, go research it. It basically looks like Saturn, but it's turned on its side. Everything about it is kooky and weird. So that's what it means. It's going to be kooky. Kooky things from a distance, kooky things contracts, kooky things other people's stuff. It's very, very, very weird. And then we have this in Aquarius. And what Aquarius means is it's going to ebb and flow. It's as soon as it comes in, it's going to go back out. Aquarius, people think it's a water sign because it says aqua. Aquarius is the water bearer, but Aquarius is a air sign. I say wind sign because think about the wind. You can't catch the wind. The wind just comes in and out. It's going to be a very unique week for you. I don't think it's going to be bad. You may just feel very like not grounded, very off your feet, very like what the fuck is going on? Like that kind of vibe is what I get. There's going to be a ton of, I'm actually going to give you another card. There's going to be a ton of momentum and action this week. Big time, big time, big time. Hostilities, yeah. It's going to be a busy week, but I don't think it's going to be a bad week. Oh, new love. Okay. You got some good stuff going on this week, Libra. I wouldn't worry too much, but I would just say anything happens this week. It's kind of like the weather. Just wait 5 minutes and it's going to change. Good and bad. Scorpio, let's see what you're doing for December. Ooh, love coming in. Work coming in. Oh, the devil. Well, you're Scorpio, so devil's scared of you. Okay, let's see. You got all big cards this week. And we do have that Scorpio Grand Trine going on, so that makes sense. So, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, beginning of the week, is definitely going to be all about love. It's going to be about abundance. It's going to be like, oh, yes, this is everything I've been waiting for. It's going to feel so good. Now, we get more toward the middle of the week. Knight of Clubs in reverse. Work is going to be either awkward, weird. You're going to get some news about work. Work things are going to be, I would say challenging. I'm not going to say bad, but there's going to be some work issues. Now, middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, the devil comes in. Now, the devil, I wouldn't worry too much about. The devil is Capricorn. The devil is Saturn. The devil is a friend of yours. I don't think you really fear the devil. The devil has more to do with bad habits. It can even be anger. Scorpios tend to hold a lot of anger. They're very, very, very quiet and then they flip out. So this could be where you need to keep some bad habits in check, which it seems like you do because then the very next day you have the Pope, right? So end of the week, you're going to be might have a flip out in the middle of the week, just so you know. And then at the end of the week, we do have you calming down. Now, this weekend, it looks like you spend time with a bunch of other people. You might even get the opinion of somebody important to you. Second house, yeah, this has to do with money and work came in hard on that one. So you have money, Mars. Money is going to be moving very quickly, but you do have a Gemini here. So you're going to have to allocate it carefully. You're going to have to pick and choose where to put it. Okay, just please know that. It's not going to be very straightforward. The temple path, yeah. You go from light to dark this week. You go from dark to light this week. It's going to be a spiritual journey for you for sure. 100% for sure. Let's see about what's going on with Sagittarius. First thing I got to do is take a big drink out of my crystal light cup over here. I found watermelon crystal light. So delicious. Woo! Got some cards flying all over. Let's see what's going on with Sagittarius. Please don't forget to get these readings. I will have the links everywhere. But if the best way to just text me. Text me and we will set up a reading for you. I can tell you exact dates and times that stuff is going to happen. Sagittarius, money comes in, money goes out, money comes in, money goes out. Okay, starting the week, and if you heard the ear flap, I got a puppy in here with me. She might start barking any second. So starting the week, very, very, very good. Like we talked before about trees that are planted, you then collect the fruit later. It looks like you are planting trees. You're going in a new direction. You're going like, okay, I can't keep doing the way I was doing. I got to do some new shit. That's going to be beginning of the week. That energy is going to hold you over for a while. Now there is going to be money that I think you have to pay to somebody. Could be rent money, could be bill money. There's going to be some money that you have to pay that you're kind of like not happy about. You're kind of like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want to do that. But you just have to do it. Get that money out there, because once it starts circulating, I actually see that more money comes. This is going to be a big money week for you. Looking at your money honestly and saying, where is it coming from? Where is it going? What do I need to do to balance it? And you're going to look at some of the stuff you've done and go, you know what? I just didn't want to look at that. Expressly, I did not want to look at that previously. Now I am able to look at it. Honestly, see where you're at. Don't BS yourself. And actually, because ruled by Jupiter, Jupiter is such a fascinating planet. People think it's a gas giant. It's actually a liquid metal. So if you can imagine like liquid metal, like think of liquid metal, think of like gold just being liquid. The whole planet is that. So we're talking about money here. We're talking about gold. We're talking about metal moving around. That's what you need to be. You need to circulate the money. People ruled by Jupiter and Sagittarius, when they sit on money, when they feel impoverished, that's when they are like having issues. The more they move it around, the better it is. But if they sit on it, it's a big old mess. So this is going to be a week where you have to look at it and you have to go, you know what, I need to move this around instead of just sitting on it. It's going to be better for me to start to invest, start to diversify. This is going to be a week where you look at your money objectively. And then I actually see you at the end of the week starting to make some decisions. I think you were scared to make decisions previously, but now, ninth house, other people's monies, contracts. And we have this in Pluto. So you're in Leo, you want to buy beautiful things, but you're sitting there going, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Literally ninth house, contracts, other people's money, taxes, wills, deeds, long-term investments, things like that. This is one of those things where you're going to sit there and you're going to go, I don't know. You kind of finally take the pride down and you go, I don't know what I'm doing. I kind of acted like I knew what I was doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. And the sooner you do that and the quicker you get help, the better things will get with your money situation for sure. And this is the week to do it. Again, there's a lot of this tying up of loose ends, not just for, I think I said it for Virgo, but it's actually for everybody. There is a mundane astrology. Which stuff that affects all of us. Stuff that we're going to do this week is going to affect us heavily in February. So that's something you want to look forward to. Just know all the good stuff you do now is going to help future you like 2 months from now. Walking away, and we have a 2 and a 7. This 2, always 2, second house, money, 7. Always has to do with, abundance, getting things, finalizing things. 7 is such a big number, but 9 is a completion. You are completing a cycle. I'm going to give you an extra card here. You are completing a money cycle. You definitely need to do different with your finances. And look at this. You do get the victory and you get gold, which is what Jupiter is based on. Okay. And it's 10. It goes to a 10. 8 is a money number. We have the 2 again. Okay. Which is wealth and abundance, but it's also how you interact with other people. But that goes to a 10, which goes to a 1, which means action. This is the time. If you take action, things are going to get much, much, much better. Capricorn, let's see what's going on with you for 2025. Oh, we got puppy in here barking her head off. I think her little sister's trying to take her blanket. So you might hear a bark, bark, bark here and there. Let's see, Capricorn, you're relying really heavily on your relationship right now, Capricorn. There are some decisions you do have to make, and I think work is becoming an issue between you and your beloved. So beginning of the week, you're going to be like, oh yeah, everything's great, everything's fantastic. Middle of the week, it's like things are going to come crashing in on you middle of the week, which is not going to be good. And then we have 2 of Swords, which means you're going to have to make some decisions. It looked like the decision is between work and love. Work and love. You might have to pick between your partner and what you want to do. Aquarius and Neptune in the 5th house. Let's talk about this. 5th house is fun, games, children, but it can also be like sexual partners. Not necessarily man, wife, or committed, but it can just, but it can also be fun that you want to have, games you want to play, and children. It looks like there is going to be some dust up. I want to say even some confusion over that part of your life. Fun, games, children, or sexual partners. There's going to be a little dust up, a little confusion. I'm like, and it's an Aquarius. I'm almost, which is ruled by Uranus, which is going to be something very unexpected. I'm almost reading that as in like, does your partner making you choose between the job and them? And then you have to like, they might not be being truthful. I think you're not getting all the information. I'm going to tell you that right now, Capricorn. I don't think you're getting 100% of the information, because it's almost like it's going to be us and us, or the job is taking you away from me, or blah, 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 blah. There's going to be some, but they're not telling you the truth. There's something they're not telling you the truth about. You have yin yang here, so it's going to be for you to come into balance. I'm not loving it. It's almost like you have to choose between work and this person. Yeah, you have other possibilities. There is going to be a big pull between, do I stay with work or do I stay with partner? Do I listen to work or do I listen to partner? It's almost like you're getting pulled. You guys don't remember this because you're too young, but there used to be a Gumby doll. It's almost like you're getting pulled like Gumby in 2 different directions. I'm just going to ask, what should you do? Rest and rejuvenate. I wouldn't make any decisions. Again, we all have that Saturn, Neptune shit going on right now. And I'm not making any decisions. I'll tell you that. Don't sign any contracts under that. Oh, I did do your thing. I was like, oh no, I didn't do your thing. Let's see. Let's get into Aquarius. Are you going on a trip? Are you moving? You're thinking about moving, Aquarius. Not a good idea. It's not going to turn out the way you think. You're actually going to lose money. Aquarius, be very, very, very careful. Yeah. Aquarius, this is a weird week for you. It's like you thought you were moving ahead and then you hit a wall. You thought you were doing something slick. You thought you were doing something kind of like, oh, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to do da-da-da-da-da. And then it's like the whole world by the middle of the week is going to turn on you. And you're going to go, oh, maybe that wasn't such a good decision. I think you might have listened to the wrong people is what it shows here. So there is money that you invested that you thought you were going to get paid back, but it's actually going to be lost, or it's going to be stolen, or it's going to not come out on the investment. Let's just hope you break even, Aquarius. So 10th house is actually career, but it's what we call ourselves. Uranus, and you have Uranus and Aquarius, so you have double Uranus because Uranus is ruled by Aquarius. So you have Uranus, Aquarius in 10th house. Your career is really shaky right now too. Aquarius, this is not your best week. This is not it. You are not having it this week. I don't know what to tell you, but I would lay low and I would not necessarily listen to other people. Yeah, you have too much community. You're kind of how do I say this? I think you previously, financial constraints. Yeah, there it is. I think you listened to a group of people that you should not have. That's what it's showing up as, because the 7 is like other people giving you knowledge, but this 1 and 3 is really being like, you're stuck in limbo. Like you did the actions. Somebody else was like, this is going to be a really good idea for you to do. And then you did it. And now you're stuck. And now you're stuck with all the bills. You're stuck with all the issue. So really weird place for you to be, Aquarius. I would lay low this weekend. I would not make any major moves. I'm going to go into Pisces, but Aquarius, I would not make any major moves this week because again, we have that Saturn Neptune. Pisces, good news coming for you. Beginning of the week sucks. Just so you know, Pisces, beginning of the week, throw it out. Lock yourself in a room for 3 days. Beginning of the week, you could have a fight with somebody. Somebody could fight with you. You could have a car accident. Like it's going to be very aggressive in the beginning of the week. Just forget it. Don't worry about it. You do have either a bill that comes or you have to spend some money. Again, throw it away. Don't worry about it because your Wednesday through Sunday is so good. Something comes back. Something you wanted to have comes back. A person, a job, something online you've been looking for forever. It comes back around, which is fabulous. You get nothing but good news at the end of the week. It is good news all around for you, which is fabulous. And then it's almost like a manifestation that you have. Did you write it down? Did you paint it? Did you text it to somebody? A manifestation this weekend comes true for you, Pisces. Yeah, 8th house in, it's so funny, who's Sagittarius with with Saturn. So you actually have Saturn, Jupiter, which is they're opposing, but they do complement each other. It's almost like mom and dad. It's like yin and yang, these two. And you do have that in the 8th house, which is other people's resources. So there's something coming back with somebody else. There's something coming back to you and it's balancing out. Something you've been like, oh, I've been waiting for this forever. Something you've been trying to manifest or something you've been praying for will come in. I think it's going to come in, I'd say Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Yeah, you have the sun. You have the 1 card. It's all about you. Things are going fabulous for you. This is actually going to be a really good week. Again, things we do, seeds we plant this week are going to pop up in the middle of February, according to the astrology. Please don't forget to get, like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. And I have sales popping up all the time. I have different stuff posted on different social media. You want to get all of those. And if you want absolutely divine readings, you want to know exact dates and times, you want to know what people are thinking, you want to know when they're going to call you, you want to know when that check is coming in, when that job is going to happen, when that apartment is going to be available, I can give you direct dates and times. I just need to get you on the phone to do that. So talk to you soon. All my information is down below. Text me for the quickest answer, and new clients get a free 10-minute consultation.